I chose Barbosa from Botafogo. He's been critical, sensational, really. What a defender that Botafogo has. Jorginho for Flamengo. He pulls the strings. He's been so good, helping provide that upset. And Gregory has been awesome for Botafogo, the former Inter Miami man. The way that he puts out fires, that he covers so much ground in the midfield, I love it.
As we move forward here, I'm going to go Palmeiras over Chelsea in this one, and they continue to advance over Chelsea.
The Estevão derby.
Chelsea.
I would love to see this. That would be awesome.
Yeah, so that's where I'm going.
Beleza, a mídia internacional aí fazendo a previsão das oitavas de final e a seleção do campeonato dos brasileiros. Vamos acompanhar junto. Se inscreva no canal, curte aí, tamo junto.
O geral da fase de grupos pela imprensa internacional. Vamos conferir também as previsões para o mata-mata, com o time brasileiro chegando até as semifinais, de acordo com um jornalista gringo. Já se inscrevam aí no canal, deixem a previsão de vocês aí nos comentários e bora!
Now we're going to put you to the test for the round of 16, and you're going to start out with the top half of the bracket.
Yeah,
take us through it.
This little Brazilian derby, if you will. I'm going to go with Palmeiras here. We saw them at the end of the Inter Miami game, turning on with some substitutes coming on. I think they're a good side. Botafogo struggling in the league a little bit, although showing well here. Palmeiras here. I'm going to go against what Lahoud said in the last segment. I still think Chelsea gets this done, and I think Angel Di Maria rides off into the sunset after playing against Chelsea. Fluminense here against Inter Milan. I think Inter Milan is starting to grow into this. We saw the energy in the last game against River Plate. Okay, some scrapping at the end of that game, but we saw that they have an intent to play. So I'm going to go Inter Milan here. And Manchester City, to me, you're going to see as we move forward, they're the team I'm going to pick here over Hilal. I think in this one, it's an easier choice. But I really like what I'm seeing from Pep Guardiola's side here. I think there's probably been some messaging, hey, last year certainly wasn't good enough, and we're going to start to make our mark in this competition. As we move forward here, I'm going to go Palmeiras over Chelsea in this one, and they continue to advance over Chelsea.
The Estevão derby.
Chelsea.
I would love to see this. That would be awesome.
Yeah, so that's where I'm going there, and then I went City here over Inter Milan. I just think City early on here has the bit between their teeth a little bit. Yeah. So that's what I got in this. This is the top half of the bracket.
Okay, now let's take a look at the bottom half of the bracket, Tone.
As much as I'd love to tell you that Inter Miami is going to go through here, obviously, I think they'll compete, but it's PSG. I think this one is an easy one. This one I struggled with a little bit. I want to give it to Flamengo. I want to give them their shine. I feel, you guys tell me, I feel like this competition to a Bayern Munich is important. Right? I feel like the club in general, they're one of the European clubs that always comes with the right mindset. So I went Bayern Munich here. Sorry, Lahoud, once again, down here. I'm going to go with Monterrey getting a win against the Dortmund side. I think Dortmund still defensively, they got some frailties here. And I didn't like what I saw against Juventus so far in this tournament. Real Madrid, although they're still growing, I like the messaging from Xavi Alonso. I go Real Madrid here. In the top half of this part of the bracket, PSG against Bayern, I went with PSG over Bayern here. And here I gave the nod. I thought about Monterrey, but I think as this goes on and Xavi Alonso has more of an idea of how he wants to play, it actually gets better for Real Madrid moving forward.
Okay, we're going to move along now to the semifinals.
We're getting on here to our two semifinal matches. The one side of the bracket here, Palmeiras, I think this is where they go home, but we look at it and say Brazilian football is back. Brazilian football, these players can play, and we likely will see some of these players at a Manchester City, if you will. Oh, a score? I didn't give a score, but I'll take a 1-0. Yeah, I didn't know I had to give scores. 1-0 is what I picked on this one,
In the control room.
Perfect. And I don't know what my scores they're going to tell me, but I picked PSG in this one, and my score was 1-0. My score was 1-0.
Take the over for PSG. Please, for the love of God.
If I knew, I would have changed this probably to a 3-2 more than a 1-0. but
over, guys.
hold on, my score is 3-2. Oh, and I guess I got to come up with. All right, so in the end, the two.
But what do you think for Manchester City Palmeiras? Do you think that it's 1-0 or do you think something else?
No, I'm gonna.
Speak your mind,
I
Tom.
actually like 2-0 Manchester City in Palmeiras here. My final, two powerhouses, of course, and I think in the end, Manchester City gets it done here. And my score is. Oh, I got to give it 2-1 PSG over. I wish the assignment would have said so.
Yes.
So 2-1 City over PSG.
Oh, City over PSG. Okay,
City over PSG, yeah.
Dang, what a
Ali, they
story
threw me
there.
off with the scores here. So there you go.
This is the modern football final. It's UAE versus Qatar in a World Cup completely funded by Saudi.
Wow.
So to kick us off, we've got Nico, and we're going to just go back to front.
Yeah, Al Hilal has Yassine Bono in net. For me, the best goalkeeper of the group stage because he was essential in having the biggest team in Saudi Arabia progress into the next round. He stopped the penalty kick against Real Madrid, was man of the match in their second game against Salzburg. Didn't have too much to do yesterday against Pachuca, but he's my number one goalkeeper. Then if we can go to the back line, I chose a three-man back line. I chose Barbosa from Botafogo. He's been critical, sensational, really. What a defender that Botafogo has. Bastoni, I probably would have had Bastoni on the left-hand side, right? Swap those center backs. And then Gray. Auckland City's center back that scored the header against Boca Juniors in one of the more heroic moments of the group stage. I understand Auckland is out and blah, 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 what have you, but I think it's a story that in world football we all fell in love with. It came at the behest of the team that I support, but I'm going to put my emotions aside. That was epic. He scored against Boca. So hats off to you. He's got a story to tell. That's my only symbolic insertion into my 11. The rest are all founded on performances. All right, let's head into the midfield. I struggled to choose three, so I ended up having four guys in this midfield. Let's go from left to right. Vitinha, coming off of a grueling season, winning the Champions League, going straight to the UEFA Nations League Final Four, putting on a performance there, and then with PSG, yes, they lost to Botafogo, but he has been critical, has been playing a lot for PSG, and really instrumental in their success all around. They're through to the next stage in large parts because of Vitinha. Enzo Fernandez, same for Chelsea, with the 2 assists in that one game. He's been really running the show, and we've seen, especially in a rotated side, he's still a constant. Jorginho for Flamengo, he pulls the strings. He's been so good, helping provide that upset, and Gregory has been awesome for Botafogo, the former Inter Miami man. The way that he puts out fires, that he covers so much ground in the midfield, I love it. Honestly, he got a yellow card in the 95th minute in their last game, which keeps him out of the next game for Botafogo, which is a massive miss. And that boneheaded move probably should have had me take him out of the 11. But if I'm looking at performances alone, save for the last minute of the group stage, he 100% has to be on this list. 3 guys. Up top, we go with Igor Jesus. He scored the goal against PSG, the one that provided Botafogo with all this hope, the Copa Libertadores champion, beating the reigning Champions League champion Gonzalo Garcia for Real Madrid. When Mbappe has been injured or sick, whatever it is, he has shown up and in style. And Michael Olise, who terrorized everybody in the group stage that Bayern Munich was in, he looks good, he looks fresh. I'm excited to see what's to come for him in this.